Hi students, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to see the session 3, that is sharing worksheet data. So the purpose of sharing worksheet data is to minimize so that is several users can access the worksheet data simultaneously. So for that purpose only, mainly we are going for sharing worksheet data. So if you look at most of the office settings, there is a shared drive, that is C drive or D drive, that drive is not going to be shared, where team of members can store a common files for everyone to use. So everyone want to use the one particular file at the same time, so we can store it in a common location like a C drive or D drive or E drive, like that. Any drive we will save it. So this usually leads to citing of the message. That means it will show the message like the document or file name, whatever you are opening, is locked for editing by the another user. So that means another user is using that file at present. So if you want to open a read-only copy of this document, click like that, you will get the message. Okay. So because someone else are already opened that file, and sometimes however it is necessary to have multiple people working on a file at the same time. So this can be to either speed up data entry or simply make things easier for the collaboration purposes. That means so data entry work, if you want to speed up, or if you want to make the things easier for the collaboration purposes, that is a team of people want to work at the same file in order to complete the work in a faster way. We may save the files in a common location. Okay. So in the same manner, the spreadsheet software allows the user to share the workbook and place it in another network location, that is place it in a network location where several users can access it simultaneously. So at the same time, many users can able to access that workbook. Okay. So in this exercise, we are going to see how we can share a workbook. So we need to open a new spreadsheet and we need to type the following. So already I have typed some of the that is same contents I have typed in Excel, Microsoft Excel. Now we are going to apply the procedure, that is now to share the spreadsheets, we need to do the following. That is, we need to click on the share workbook option under changes group in the review tab. See, I have typed all the contents already. I'll maximize this content. So already I have typed all the contents. Okay. So now we are going to share this workbook. So in order to share the workbook, we need to go to share workbook option under changes group in the review tab. See, under review tab, changes group, we have changes group and share workbook. So this option you need to click. Already I have done this share workbook option. So if you click on the share workbook under review tab, changes group under share workbook, if you are clicking, so two tab will be appearing inside the share workbook dialog box. That is, first one is editing. So in that you just enable allow changes by more than one user at the same time. So this also allows workbooks merging. So like that, some features now already will be defaultly it will be assigned. Okay, so that we are enabling it, and then we need to click OK. Okay, so like this we can do the procedure in order to share our workbooks. Now the workbook is going to be shared and viewed by going to be saved in the network location, and also multiple people can open that, and the workbooks which are containing tables, no, it cannot be shared. So like that, this share workbook option is set in this Microsoft Excel. Okay. See, click on share workbook option under changes group in the review tab. Then dialog box like this will appear. So we have seen that how the dialog box was appearing. So share workbook dialog box, in that editing group, you need to enable this checkbox, and then you need to click OK. So check the option allow changes by more than one user at the same time. This also allows workbook merging. So like that we have seen now. So we need to click OK here. So most spreadsheet software automatically turns off some of the features in shared workbooks. So this is to simplify the workbooks, since multiple people now can be working on the file at the same time. So for example, shared workbooks, it will not allow merging of cells. Conditional formatting cannot be applied on the shared workbook, and then inserting pictures or graphs, no, it cannot be done on the shared workbook. So like that, some of the features defaultly will be turned off. because multiple persons are working at the same file, so they may do some changes. So in order to avoid that, these options are going to be removed or restricted. Okay, merging of cells, conditional formatting, and inserting pictures and graphs. So share workbook option is available in which group? Changes group under the review tab. Okay. So if you look at here, changes group under review tab. And then next one is what are the options? No, shared workbooks don't allow. Merging cells, conditional formatting, and inserting pictures or graphs. So these are the options shared workbooks will not allow. So next we are going to see about session 4, that is create and use of macros in the spreadsheet. Okay. So share workbook, now you have understood how to share, use a share workbook. Now we are going to look at this macros. Okay. So macros means what? It is very, very helpful feature in the Excel. It is mainly used for saving the time in cases when same set of tasks. So when we are repeating the same task for multiple places in the same workbook, if you are going to repeat the same task for several times, we no need to spend the time for typing the formula or some kind of formatting options and all. No need to do again. So just simply if we are creating that set of actions, if we are recording as a macro, then we can make use of that macro in the another file, another work. Okay, in the same similar kind of work, same set of works, we can apply that. So because of that, we can save the time. So it helps in saving time in cases when same set of tasks are to be done repeatedly, like formatting or applying similar formula. So in under which cases the macros are very useful, like formatting, like color changes or text size changes, like that. Any kind of formatting, text formatting options, if you have used or if you apply similar formula in the similar range of data, so the range of data also should not be changed. Like B1 to B10 means C1 to C10 next, then D1 to D10 next, like that. The range of data, the number of cells should be range of cells should be similar. So in that cases, the macros will be very, very useful. It is mainly used for saving the time. So in Excel, macros can be used to name and record a set of actions. So we can give the name for the macro. We need to create the name, create a macro name, and then we need to record which kind of actions and all need to be done by that macro. Okay. Then this named set of recorded can be used again. See, the macros means what? Recorded set of actions. What is another name for macros? Recorded set of actions are stored in the same workbook in which you have created. So in order to use the macro, we need to create the macro first. So we will take one example. So this example already I have done. So here developer tab, we need to go first, and then we need to select the first value. For example, if you want to calculate the English subject mark of all students, that is total mark, that is average of all the entire marks of English, and then maximum mark in English and minimum mark in English, first we will do it. The similar way, we need to find it for Hindi also, Maths also, Science also, SSC also, Social Studies. So social science also, we need to apply the same formulas we need to apply. The range of cells also same only, that is E5 to E14 means other cells and all F5 to F14, then G5 to G14. The range of cells, number of cells are same, and action also same. Average function, if you are applying, you need to apply same average function for Hindi, Maths, and then Science, and then SSC also. So like that, any kind of examples, if formulas or any formatting, if you want to apply similarly for other set of values, you can go for this macro. So for that, you need to first click on developer tab. So now in my lab, I have a 2007 version of Excel only. So advanced version, you will have this developer tab. So you need to click on this developer tab. Then you need to select the first cell value, that is first person, first student, English subject mark, you need to select. Then you need to go for use relative reference. Okay. See, we will see the procedure. To create a macro for calculating the average mark, minimum mark, maximum mark in each subject, we need to click on the developer tab. Second one, first value we need to select in the list of marks. That only we have seen. And then now select the option use relative references to give the respective location from where the steps would be followed. Okay. So now you need to click on record macro option just above use relative reference. So record macro dialog box will appear like this. In that you need to give the macro name, and then shortcut key if you want to give when you want to apply that set of actions in the next set of values, you can click on this shortcut key also to apply the same macro. Okay, then to store macro in option under, you need to choose what this workbook. Okay, you need to choose this workbook. So give name of the macro and macro name area and press OK. And then a keyboard shortcut may also be defined, like Control T I have defined. Then select this workbook in the store in macro option. Then click OK. Now click on the cell for calculating the average of English. That is E16. We need to enter the formula, that is average. So here they have typed wrongly, not sum. Here average only you need to type AVERAGE, and then inside the parenthesis E5 colon E14. So instead of sum, you need to use this average. Okay. Similarly, write the formula for minimum and maximum also. So after completing all the process, uh, do some formatting in the appearance of the cells, that is 825, and the maximum value, minimum value, background colors, no cell background color, you can change to highlight the cells like this. Okay. Then we need to click the button stop recording in developer tab to complete the macro recording. So if you completed for one particular range of values, no, for one subject, you can click on stop recording. After completing all the formatting also, developer tab, you need to click on stop recording. The macro names macro 8 will be saved. Okay. So to apply the same formatting and have the similar calculations for other subjects, we need to click on the first value. Okay. First value of the other subject, and then you need to click on use relative reference icon, and then you need to click on the macros icon. Okay, so macros dialog box will appear. You need to choose macro 8. So macro 8 already it was defined. So that macro 8 you need to choose and then click on run, or else you can press Control T also. Okay, similar way we can go for the other subject marks. So now we can run the macro either using the shortcut key, that is Control T, or by using mouse selection method, that is by selecting this run option. So we need to click edit button to make any changes within macro. So within macro, no, any changes if we want to make, we can click on this edit button. So now I'll show how